Don, do you have an update on Craig Anderson?
Craig is, I think Kevin mentioned publicly, if I'm not mistaken, that he could have played not played, but because we were planning on Tokarski anyway, but might have been able to I guess, play tonight. So it's one of those crazy things that hour by hour we see how he responds. So I expect him back day to day.
Did that happen in the game Thursday, or somebody dealing with?
Yeah, Mike, I'm not real clear when it happened, or if it's something lingering that's flared up. I don't know which category it fits in. With all these guys, there's so many small injuries that could potentially be day to day. I can tell you, there's 3 to 4 guys a night, I would say, for us on average, and I would say through the league for average, that they could go or they might not go, and they're skating in a practice or they're skating in a pregame morning skate to tell you, yes, it's good. And Andy's in that category, so I don't know the specific details of it, but he has had lingering, things like most players do. So the hope is he's back.
With 3 games left, has he come to you or you talked to him about shutting it down? Or
No, he's not near that. He's not near that. This is all kind of, it falls in that maintenance category. So if a guy misses a morning skate or a practice, for maintenance, he's dealing with soreness. He went out in practice yesterday and was dealing with soreness. We even talked to him before practice and said, you want to take a maintenance day just to take a day. We played the night before, and he said, no, I want to go out there and I want to try and see how I feel. And he didn't like how he felt in the skate and went off early. At that point, I didn't have any detail. Just knew I'd asked him beforehand even if he wanted to go out there, and he didn't mention anything specific reason to stay off. So,
Donnie, what's going on? What are the challenges now for you as a coach to get your team ready to play these type of games where Islanders are out of the playoffs, you guys are out of the playoffs?
It really, it's not a challenge for us as coaches to get these guys excited about playing, because they are excited about playing. We have lots of young guys that see every day as an opportunity. And Kyle Okposo, and his passion for the game is exceptional. I've said to our guys group here many times, he's like a 16-year-old kid as far as his passion for hockey. He's still a rink rat. And you never need to motivate that guy to play games. He's hungry every day, and so is our entire group. And Owen Power coming in here a week and a half ago, he fits right in because the excitement he has to play games, so do 10 other guys as young players. So fortunately, on the coaching side, I've been in the situations where you feel you have to motivate your guys. This is not one of those.
Speaking of Kyle, he's often talked about not wanting the season to end. He's having a lot of fun, especially with this run of success. What about you? I mean, given what you've seen coming out of this team, do you wish there was another month or 2 left in this?
Yeah, of course we do. We don't want anything to end. You come to work every day and you like seeing these guys, and they work hard, and as a coach, that's a lot of fun to be around. And they're getting better. That's the ultimate. But the silver lining it is we finally have a roster where you look at it, and you see that, okay, this will be a roster moving into training camp next year. And you look at the roster we had a year ago, and you knew there were guys that you had UFAs up and down the list that obviously we had to move players that aren't here. So you didn't know what your roster was going to be like coming back. And for us, tonight's roster, there's probably 17 guys in that roster more that are going to be back or could be back next year. And that's exciting. That's really exciting. So, I mentioned we were in survival mode for lots of this season with lots of injuries. Now we're finally in a situation where we can build, and the players feel that. And it's a lot of excitement for that reason. We don't want the season to end, but for that reason, it's we know we can look forward to next season and build some things right now.
Don, we're going last week here, and Boston, Pittsburgh, and Washington are in the last 3 spots. They all have 99 points. They're all probably going to end up with 100. All 8 teams in the East are going to end up in 100. It's an unusual year, but how daunting does that make it when you look? We're going to have to be a 95 to 100-point team to make the playoffs someday, and you're still going to be in the mid-70s.
Yeah, I mean, the points are confusing to look at because those fluctuate. You know, I mean, it's the fun of it is, I think every year you preseason in every sport, it's fun because it's unpredictable. So that's why it's talked about. Like, how many points is this team going to get? Where is this team going to fall in? And that's the beauty of sports. For us, I don't really worry about that. I think our guys see ways that they can beat each one of those teams you mentioned. I mean, we've played a lot of those teams in the last 20 games in a stretch we've done well on, and I know in that locker room there's no fear of any opponent in our conference anymore. And I think as our guys gain experience, they gain even the summer of training. Like I said, the age bracket our guys are in, this summer they will even get better. Where if you're 30-some years old, you're probably not getting any better in the summer. You're just hoping to maintain and not get worse in a sport like this. So, you know, the rate of growth we have, I think our guys have every right to be confident that we don't really have to worry about numbers. Just keep getting better, and that's going to take care of itself. We've had that approach, and I'm fully confident that we're going the right direction.
And maybe at the start of this year, and certainly at the end of last year, you probably felt, I assume you felt a little fear, maybe a little resigned to the fate of this. We're not going to beat this team tonight, probably. So.
Yeah, I never feel we're not going to beat this team. I just feel that it's a little more challenging to beat a team. You know, especially when you're dealing with injuries and, you know, the roster being depleted, those sorts of things. But, you know, and that's not to, by any means, to say any disrespect for any team in this league. Everybody can beat everybody. I mean, that's pro sports. Anybody can beat anybody. So there is a way to beat each team, and our guys have that. They're gained a lot of clarity on how to do that with each opponent, and do that within the context of what they can influence and dictate in a game. They're identifying with that, and that's why you see confidence. That's why you see, you know, players appearing the way they are. There's substance to that. You can have confidence. A lot of times confidence is false confidence. There's not substance behind it. But our guys are gaining that substance. You know, they're seeing it, they're feeling it, and they've been doing the right thing. So I do think that with our growth, you know, I don't really fear that we can't beat anybody. It's doing it more consistently is what you want to do. But yeah, I can tell you, there were plenty of times, though, Mike, that when you looked at going into the season, again, in survival mode, we knew as coaches, okay, first of all, we have to survive and do enough, whether it be tactically learning survival techniques to get to the point where we can just go after a team. And I feel comfortable we can do both within the same game now.
Coach, from the Islander side of things, it's our first time seeing Owen Power live. What can you tell us you've seen through 5 games? Well,
you're going to see a very mature 19-year-old player, and mature from the respect that he has incredible game knowledge. He's an incredible athlete, but his game knowledge, situational awareness brings him a calm when he plays. So he's been able to hop in our lineup, figure out what our systems are, figure out what his responsibilities are, know what his identity is as a player, and you know, get acclimated to this level really impressively well. And he's a calm personality, and you'll see that off the ice. You'll see that on the ice as well.
On his board, York's still in and Eakin's still out?
Correct. Yep. Everything's the same. Yep.